Hi everybody, it's Roman Brick, your in-house journalist reporting from City Hall, New York. It's a beautiful day here in Manhattan. You can see that I am at the plaza here. This entrance was open fairly recently. Before that you had to go from behind the building. Not everyone can enter, even the press pass. There's an NYC station on my left, on my right. But what I wanted to report on is I attended again Mayor's press conference. They call it media availability. I had my hand up, was not allowed to ask the questions, so I'll get to those later. I'll give a regular journalistic report. The mayor covered the matters pertinent to the city. He talked about, for example, the encryption, the police communications now being rolled out in Bronx. Some reporters asked about transparency, which is a valid question. He was asked about his trip to DNC. Obviously, it's a major city, and he has influence and impact on the policy, at least communication, right? Interesting topic for the community that I am in is cell phones in schools, and his administration and he, Mayor Adams, said that New York City is actually behind. He would like to ban the schools. He kind of joked and bashed the journalists who were on the phones all the time, which is natural. That's our job, right? Spoke about containerized garbage and inability of citizens actually to order it, specifically senior citizens, online, have a phone number, regular city stuff. But all in all, I got to tell you, that's my input as an independent journalist reporter, is that it's a very sophisticated, very, very sleek operation. So the mayor and his advisor, he comes with entourage. You can see my videos that I posted, my lives. You can see the pictures. And they are equipped with the latest iPads, what is seen iPad Pro, expensive machines. If he hesitates to answer any questions, his advisors jump in. But the most important part that I want to emphasize for those who are watching and those who I'm blessed with being my followers, quote unquote, friends on Facebook, is the fact that I'm not allowed to ask questions for 6th or 7th press conference in a row so far. And I had very basic questions. I actually approached the representative of the mayor's press office, lady, very young personnel, more senior actually, more senior in age, but predominantly they're young people. Her name was Liz, and I asked, you can follow my work online. I'm essentially a blogger on Facebook with a presence on YouTube as well. Blessed with actually thousands of people. Thousands of people from time to time review the posts, and overall the audience reaches over 150 in a relatively short period of time. Anyway, I am a journalist. I have a press pass. I wanted to ask a polite question. It's polite questions, and I'm not given the opportunity time after time. Today there were not as many people in the room. Despite that, still no opportunity for me. I come with prepared questions all the time, and I wanted to ask the mayor, who is the authority appointing family court judges, actually civil court judges as well, and even criminal courts inside New York City, according to the amendment to the New York State Constitution that was passed a couple of decades ago, very, very strategically. But according to Section 124 of the Family Court Act, the mayor is the appointing authority, and he needs to check whether the candidates actually conform to certain criteria, which include character, personality, tact, patience, and common sense. Now, given that authority of the mayor and his actually mandate to make sure that future judges adhere to these principles, I wanted to ask him what his opinion is about Cynthia Lopez, who is a family court judge in the Bronx County, who was exposed in New York Post. Exposed is an interesting word to use here, as somebody who reached out on a swingers app to a female litigant in front of her. Last time I checked, a couple of weeks ago, way after the scandal, she was still a judge. And the authority to appoint is also the authority to remove. It's very, very basic principle of administrative law. So that's a question that I would pose to the mayor. The regular question is also Janet McFarland, who accumulated thousands of complaints against her, formal complaints, informal complaints. People are coming out on the Facebook page, Facebook group, Fire Janet McFarland, file reports and complaints to the CJC, the Commission on Judicial Conduct here in New York State. But again, these questions were not allowed to be asked. Another thing that I wanted to ask the mayor, according to his order, every mayor that comes into office, essentially resigns, decides which orders, which city mayoral orders remain in place. And the mayor's order number 4 is an order that actually sets, order 14, sorry, 1-4, sets the principle for his advisory committee on the judiciary in section 3B. I'm reading from the script here. I want to be exact in what I'm saying. That mandates the MACJ, Mayor's Advisory Committee on the Judiciary, to hold public hearings not only on the appointment of judges, the approval of judges, but also as to the process of approval. And I did send a formal inquiry to the committee, asking them when they held the last public hearing like that regarding the proceedings, and they responded that they never had one in the last 10 years, if memory serves. Now, even the public hearings that they do hold, supposed to be public hearings, it's essentially a mockery of the process. I went to a couple of them. There's another one. I will make a separate post on September 4th, so everybody needs to attend. It's very, very important. That's how these judges, family court judges, get appointed. There are 2 judges actually being up for appointment, which is almost certainly guaranteed. I don't think it ever happened. The confirmation is essentially, it's the public hearing is essentially a confirmation hearing. So anyway, I was there. They did not allow me to record. They asked me to put down my camera. They provided only an audio recording for only one hearing on their YouTube channel, which they started, I believe, after I decided to shine light on this very, very important process of getting judges who make decisions that affect millions of New Yorkers in the city, and of course, beyond that, it's an important central government entity. Anyway, so his advisory committee is not holding public hearings that are supposed to regulate the process of selection of the judges, family court judges and other judges. His advisory committee also does not allow recording or public access in full, like I experienced, to the extent that I can film, come with my phone, record, publish it. No questions, actually. It's done impeccably. I'm not allowed to ask questions. That's how sophisticated this nuanced tyranny is, right? But you can record, you can report. Nothing like that happens in the mayor's advisory committee. So this is something that I, again, was not given the opportunity to ask the mayor. And one last question, 3 questions, I'm elaborating here, but I would ask, of course, in much shorter form, is why judges are appointed into interim positions instead of the full positions. And actually, the announcement that came out for public review in September, beginning of September, and actually in a couple of days, does not include the interim appointment. So I believe that my critique, and this is the importance of citizen/civil journalism, it actually force them, in a sense, to follow the law, right? If you select a judge, it has to be a serious process, and not to sneak them in through temporary appointments that just turn into permanent. So anyway, thank you everybody for watching. I didn't want to make it a long live. I see that Justice Jay is here. Thank you. Kevin is watching. Thank you, Kevin, saying hello. Yeah, Kevin, I see a question. The Texas SCJC has a meeting every 2 years, and October 2nd was in Texas. October 2nd is the next one. So, in New York State, we don't have anything like that. The state, a very similar structure everywhere. The CJCs are essentially just a very, very sophisticated way for the government to get rid of the impeachment process, which was envisioned by the Constitution framers. That's how frequently elected legislature every 2 years is supposed to fire judges who are not following the law, who accumulate public complaints for being too cruel, or removing children, whatever, putting too many people in jail, or releasing too many people who need to be in jail. The public has to have some sort of immediate or very close to immediate effect. That's what was envisioned by the Constitution. But What they created is CJCs everywhere. So anyway, we have a CJC in New York State. I have never heard that they actually asked for public request, public input. There's nothing public, not not once in 2 years, not once in a year, not any time. So thanks everybody for watching. As always, I'm available on Facebook, comments, messages, reporting here again from New York City Hall, Mayor's press conference. Beautiful day in New York. Behind me is a statue of Nathan Hale, captain in the regular army of the United States, who gave his life for his country in the city of New York, September 22nd, 1776. This country, this state was established by brave people, and we need to continue the tradition of bravery, exposure, and relentless publicity. Thanks everybody. We'll be in touch later. See you in the next video.